Napoleon, what's good?
What's good, man? How's everything?
Everything good. Where are you right now in the world?
Man, I'm in Saudi Arabia, bro.
Saudi Arabia, the Middle East.
The Middle East, the Middle East.
That's quite a big transition from hanging out in LA all the time.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm always back in LA.
Okay. How did you get associated with Tupac and the Outlaws?
Well, I met Tupac from Gaddafi. Gaddafi was actually a childhood friend of mine. My family, my family and Gaddafi family, they go way, way back. So when I was a youngster, man, I ran back. I lost contact with Gaddafi, ran back and got back in touch with him. And they was coming to New York City one time, Pac and Gaddafi, and that's how I got up with Tupac. I was a young kid, about 14 years old.
Okay, so how old were you when you officially became an Outlaws member?
Well, we went through stages. At first, we was called the Young Thugs. It was myself, Castro, Gaddafi, and Idi Amin. And then we went to another group that Tupac called us Dramacidal. Myself, Gaddafi, Gaddafi, Idi Amin, and Castro. Then eventually we called ourselves the Outlawz. When Pac went to Death Row Records, he decided to flip the name one more time.
Okay, so what was it like in the very beginning being part of Death Row?
Well, at the beginning with Death Row, you know what I mean? It was new, especially for us. We all come from the East Coast. So moving to Los Angeles, it was a different field. It was a different game. Even the mentality of the people is different than East Coast, meaning people from the street level and Los Angeles, everybody is affiliated with gangs. So as a youngster coming on that side of the world, it was different at the beginning, but everybody showed us love. It was nothing but love.
But Death Row kind of had a reputation of people getting beat down in the studio and that type of thing. Like, how much of that did you really experience?
Well, I've definitely experienced some crazy things in Death Row. Um, Believe it or not, I probably was one of the guys involved with beating some people down in the studio back in the day. But I think that most of it is overrated. The media always blows most things out of proportion, but most of the time it was people doing business in Death Row record studios.
Okay. So, what was Suge's relationship like with Tupac the whole time?
What Suge, from what it looked like, you know what I mean, and what I believe to be true is that Suge always respected Pac like a little brother, no doubt about it. You know what I mean? And Pac had a lot of love back for Suge. They really respected each other. I think that Suge dealt with Pac not only as a musician, but he had a lot of respect for Pac as a human being. You know?
Okay. So it was like a big brother, little brother kind of relationship?
Yes, 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 yeah, yeah, for sure.
Now, you were with him at the New York shooting?
I wasn't with him in the New York shooting, but I was there at that particular time, and I was with him after he got shot. After he got shot, when he checked himself out of the hospital, myself, Gaddafi, Castro, Idi Amin, we was going from place to place, from hotel to house with him while he was pretty much, trying to be secure and be safe.
So he got shot at Quad Studios.
Yes, I believe he was there with a few friends on.
Yeah. And then he went to the hospital with, shot 5 times. How long after? Now, did you meet him at the hospital?
We didn't meet him at the hospital. In fact, I was in New Jersey. I came when he was already outside of the hospital, and he was staying in the house of a known female actress at that particular time. I don't want to say her name because she probably don't want to be affiliated with that. But he was staying at one of her brownstones townhouse in New York City. Before that, I mean, he was at a hotel, and then he went to her house. So I came from New Jersey, and that's when I started staying with him at this hotel and at this lady house.
So how many different locations did Tupac hit by the time he,
I would say
it was all
about
said
three
and
or four.
done?
I would say about 3 and 4 until, like I said, this female actress, he felt very secure at her house. She wasn't into no gangster or anything that have to do with the streets, so he felt safe with her.
Okay, but he kept moving locations.
Yeah, at the beginning, until he got to her house, he settled
Oh,
down.
okay. Oh, okay, so he was going hotel to hotel room until he got to her house. Then,
Yeah, hotel to hotel. Yeah, I remember I actually, when I came from New Jersey to the hotel, when I got to the hotel with Pop, he came to the door with a gun in his hand. And that's how I know he pretty much ain't know who to trust at that particular time or who's coming to his hotel room. He was paranoid.
I mean, as he should be, he just got shot 5
Yeah,
times.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And then he actually went to court, like right afterwards.
Yeah, he went right after court. He went to court in a wheelchair at that particular time. You know, so he had a rough that month or two was very difficult for him. And right after, I believe he did get sentenced into prison.
I got you. So, what do you think about Suge's current situation?
I think Suge's situation is a very sad situation. You know, I've been in touch with Suge. Um, we was supposed to do something in the Netherlands together. I'm actually traveling to Holland in 2 days, and he was actually supposed to be coming here to do a motivational speak. I set it up, and he was ready to do something positive for the kids. You know, so I think it's a very sad situation when you look at his life and how it turned. It's very sad.
He was supposed to come out to the Netherlands to do a motivational speech.
He was ready to come meet me there.
That's dope. That's great, man. Because I mean, I'm sure, I'm sure he's viewed in the Netherlands, being associated with the whole Tupac thing. Yeah, I could definitely see that working.
Yeah, for sure.
That's actually that's a great idea. Well, maybe he'll still get a chance to do that. I mean, the
Yeah, for
trial
sure.
hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, for sure.
And there is a chance, that there's going to be some reasonable doubt raised in that trial to say
Yeah, I
that
heard.
was self-defense. I mean, we don't know at this point.
Yeah, I heard. I heard. It's sad because I always had a good relationship with Suge and also Bone, one of the guys who hit in that car. Bone has always been like a big brother to the Outlaws. You know, he been around us since the time right after the death of Tupac. He been sent to us by Mutulu Shakur, from prison. You know, Mutulu Shakur, Bone, it was locked up with Bone brother Shaheed, who's also doing life in prison for murder. So Bone came to us like Mutulu Shakur told me to connect with y'all and be there for y'all. So we had a real strong relationship with Bone. So to see that both of that situation happened like that to both of them, it was sad. I'm all the way in the Middle East paying attention to these things, and it's sad.